up, it's talking wrestling time. Pondwater and Amy, partners in crime. Dropping facts with laughs and trivia too. Pro wrestling tales coming straight to you. Stories wild and questions quick. Amy and Dave with the perfect kick. Tune in every week, don't miss the ride. Wrestling knowledge served with pride. Talking wrestling, it's a wild ride. Dave and Amy kicking ass on the wild side. Grab a chair and join the spree. It's all about the wrestling fantasy. They rant, they rave, they won't behave. Wrestling fans, come out your cave. It's time to party and misbehave. Talking wrestling, time to go. Ring the bell and start the show. They rant, they rave, they won't behave. Wrestling fans, come out your cave. It's time to party and misbehave. Talking wrestling, time to go. Ring the bell and start the show.
Hey everybody, welcome in for another fun-packed episode of Talking Wrestling with Pondwater and Amy. I'm Pondwater Dave, so that means that she has to be the First Lady of the Arn Anderson fan club, Miss Amy Vaughn, who just hit me up in the private chat saying that she could hear me singing. So we're using a new platform, and I apologize to anybody that had to hear me sing along. But that's what it is.
Effort or two.
That's
awesome, though.
Intro, Dave, is it?
I loved how you sang. That was great.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Amy.
I was like, is that what I'm hearing in my ears? Hi, Ben. Efren.
We got Ben and Efren. Efren says, keep talking over the intro. Is the intro still going, Efren?
I think he meant the singing. Maybe he didn't realize you were singing.
Oh.
I'm guessing. Efren can tell us, but.
Well, like I said, we're using a new platform, and this is our maiden voyage on it. So we're Guinea Pig Jones tonight.
Ooh, exciting. New things at the Pondwater Dave show.
Yeah. I'm super excited to be here with you this week. We're going to talk about AEW Dynasty for a little bit. We're going to talk about my bad teeth for a little bit. And we're going to talk to AIWF Women's Champion Ava Brooks later in the show.
Woohoo!
God. Look who's a critic.
I know.
Everybody's a critic. I like to think that I have a style of singing that can only be described as the sound of two cats being tied together by the tail and being swung over your head. It could bring a tear to a glass eye.
Well, yours is real, right?
It's a real eye.
It's a real eye. Never mind. I was going to say mechanical eye. That might be more
mechanical. It's kind of mechanical.
It kind of is. It has a weight holding it, right? Doesn't it have like a weight holding it up?
Actually, the weight kind of helps me get it all the way closed.
Oh, okay. The weight.
It compensates for the nerve damage.
I think we could go with mechanical. I think that would be okay.
And but anyway, well, now you start talking about mine. You've shot my wheels off. You may have noticed tonight on the channel that if you haven't been by in a few days, there's a new name on our channel. 2 shows, 1 cup. We're combining forces with Drunken Pop. It's going to be your one-stop shop for all content, talking wrestling with Pondwater and Amy, as well as Drunken Pop. We're super excited to have them. We're super excited to have them with us, contributing to the channel. Let's circle back on last week's episode before we move forward. What kind of feedback were you hearing about the game event with Efren last week?
Everyone loved it. It's a yes, real winners. Someone actually won. I think that was probably the most exciting for everyone because, sometimes you do shows and they're just, they're so hard and you don't get a winner. And you're like,
right.
Well,
oh yeah,
completely.
Oh,
no.
I was shocked because I thought, you were going to have to do X, Y, and Z, and you would get to that point where you actually got to win.
Right.
But we went into this thing guaranteed winner, and I'm
Yes.
super excited. And Jason Young won, and Jason was super excited to win. And we've chatted several times this week, and he's just on cloud nine. And he wanted to pull the curtain back and let me know that he did completely guess it. Almost every question that he got, he guessed it. So
Really?
so
Really?
that was the key to this game, is that you just couldn't sit around thinking about it. You had to shoot your shot to maximize your points.
And it was kind of fun to see, oh, look how far they went down, or, ooh, they must have got it right because they shot up, in points. It was kind of cool seeing everybody's points too.
All right, we're going to do a little producing on the air. Ben Jones said that the screen size is small on YouTube, like a mobile phone screen. Does it take away from the presentation, Ben? It was a recommendation that we broadcast this way, and I was wondering if it's taken away from the presentation. Please let me know.
I love the game event. I've won at the game event before. I got Ticketmaster money. So I knew there was going to be a winner. So that's awesome.
Yeah,
Play again.
and it was a fun game. It was a fun game. I definitely want to do it again.
Yeah, I don't have much like when we played Scrabble, like I have better luck at those games than second to last match. I'm not very good at that kind of stuff. But I loved it. I loved it. Come back,
we'll see if we can do it again, and we'll see if we can work with some sponsors, and maybe our good sponsor over at Big Time Belts will come through, and maybe we can give a lucky viewer a wrestling belt. How about that?
Yes, because don't forget, Big Time Belts made Efren's belt, the game event belt. It's nice too. It's purple, which I love.
If you watch the AEW pay-per-view, if you watch Dynasty and you saw the pre-show, the ROH Forever Women's Champion, the goddess of the Athena, had her spinner belt on there that was made by Big Time Belts as well.
I thought you were getting ready to say Efren was on with his belt, and I was like, how did I miss that? But no, that's what I thought you were going to say.
Hey, Efren would have been a very, very welcome sight to that pay-per-view. This one didn't hit for me that well, and we'll talk about it in a second. But since we mentioned Big Time Belts, let's go ahead and talk about them. Big Time Belts, Facebook.com. Muhammad Zubair's over there making dreams come true. Look at the pizza champion. He got his belt at Big Time Belts. The Ohio Hatchet Wrestling Champion. I like the belt. It looks like almost a 3D effect with that logo.
Yeah.
It's kind of scratched up and stacked. And it's very unique, and I like it. It's, no, I don't think there's another promotion that has a belt like that.
No, it's pretty cool. And
then the Las Vegas Golden Knights belt. Unfortunately, I'm not on camera, so you can't see the disgust in my face. But the disgust is for the hockey team, not the belt. I love this. I love the craftsmanship that this belt has. The detail of the stars for the victims from the Las Vegas shooting. The Golden Misfits, that's what they call themselves. Oh, ain't that cute? My friend Chuck, our good friend Chuck, had a replica of the BIW belt made for his nephew, and I got to see it in person. And Zubair did an excellent job replicating the BIW belt. And our friends over at Bells and Belts, they got crazy with color schemes, and
I like that.
We'd be happy with one podcast belt, but these boys got 3. Big Time Belts, Facebook.com. Join the group. Reach out. We'll get you hooked up. high quality, low prices, and thank you for sponsoring the pod.
Yes, thank you.
All right, let's talk about this thing, Amy.
All right.
As we rolled into, these are not going to be in order.
Okay, I was going to say, oh, I missed something. No.
I had a friend I worked for him. He's the promoter of Lost Art of Wrestling, Paul Wright. Paul made fun. He called out people complaining about the show being too long. He said, you're the type of person that complains that there's extra French fries in the bottom of the bag. If you paid for something and you got too much. Well, it's not that you get too much. And I tried to explain to him, and his response was, by now, you know the deal. And anyway, I tried to explain to him, you got a point. You're getting value, but when I find those fries in the bottom of the bag, I don't like cold fries.
Right.
So you got to start these pay-per-views earlier in the day. If you're going on a 10 match marathon, not counting the pre-show, and for better or for worse, these guys get their stuff in. So I'm not complaining about the length of the pay-per-view as much as I am the starting time of the pay-per-view.
Okay.
And they don't, and I don't know if I may be too stupid to figure out the starting times, but I went the extra mile to make sure that I knew when this was going to start, and I was still an hour early. And I got the pre-show, and the pre-show was great. I want to put Max Caster over and Bowens. Bowens answered his challenge, but I love what Max Caster's doing with his calling out, working with his trademark that he got from our good friend gimmick attorney Mike Dawkins.
Yep.
But Caster answered the call, and him and Billy Gunn came out, and Caster had on this gear that I can only describe. And I did during the watch party, and Alice, our good friend Allison, said that I described it perfectly. He looked like a big gay superhero. And I don't mean that disparagingly. Like, the gear worked. It was awesome gear. And I mean, he came down and his presentation, that he was just a badass. And he got in there and he handled up and he whooped Bowens, and it was I think it should have been. It was great for the pre-show, but that would have been probably a better match than some of the matches that was on the roster. But it was great to see him back, and it was time because he'd been called out by Caster for so long.
Right. I wonder if I'm trying to think, because you're right, there was lots of matches. I'm trying to think. I feel like all the matches that were on the show were for some reason, at like the Owen Hart Classic, the title. Like, can you remember? Like, I don't think there was any match on the show that was not somehow title related, Owen Hart Cup related, right? Or can you think of anything else? I'm just trying to think.
We're gonna go through them.
Okay.
I don't know if there was.
I
don't know that there was one on there that didn't have some kind of stakes or. But
like that, I was just thinking that, like you said, that would have been a good match to have on. But if they're trying to, again, because we do know there are lots of titles there, that, if they just had title bouts, then you could probably never get a personal conflict one-on-one like a Caster and Bowens, coming out, because, I mean, you've got, 18 belts on the show.
Yeah. And it was just long.
Right.
And I mean, in Philadelphia, if you were there live in Philadelphia, you didn't leave until after midnight.
Right.
You didn't leave until after midnight.
Excuse me. I know I have a cough button, but
and so it was after 11 when I went to bed.
Right.
I'm not complaining that you gave me extra fries.
Right.
I'm complaining that we didn't go to lunch, or we didn't go supper earlier.
Right.
There's no reason that you couldn't start this like 3:00 in the afternoon. There's nothing that says that we got to be out past midnight
Right.
on a school night.
Do you think the feeling in the facility though? I mean, like when I go to events like that, like you're just all pumped and hyped. Like I don't even know
You're
if I
not hyped
know.
after. You're not. No, I went to WrestleMania when it was an 8-hour affair
Oh,
in
that's
Dallas, and I was
yes.
worn out. I was worn out when it was over.
But did you
And
do
I've been on wrestling. I've been on shows, Amy. We did a show that went long, and we're
right?
talking about almost 3 hours.
Right.
By the time the main event got to the ring, the crowd was exhausted. They didn't care. They were ready to go home. We had a national talent in the main event that was pissed off
Mm.
because there was nothing he could do to get the crowd back. We done killed the crowd by the time the main event got in the ring.
Well, let me ask you this. Were you tired after Ric Flair's last match? I mean, that was kind of there were several matches that day, but that crowd was crazy. I do get it though. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I'm just wondering
I
if
probably would have been tired if I'd have watched it.
well, that's true. That's true.
I
That's
had a
not
hard
really
time going to sleep that night, believe it or not. But no, I mean, even shows, but
Did
I'm
you
not,
say it was on a school night?
it was a Sunday night.
Was it Sunday? It was
It was-
Saturday.
no, the AEW pay-per-view was
Oh,
on Sunday night.
okay, never mind.
Kids
I'm
had to go to
sorry.
school Monday.
I'm
Coach
sorry.
Keith Morrison ended at 12:30. That's why he didn't go.
Coach goes to bed at 8.
He did. He what? I was watching it
I'm
with
kidding.
Coach, and Coach wasn't there for the main event. And I'll be honest, I slept through. I fell asleep during the main event, and not because I didn't care. I was tired.
I understand that. No, I do understand that. That's
So
right. Coach Keith, you could have gone. Excuse me. I'm
Coach
so
Keith had
sorry.
tickets, and he decided not to go.
Coach.
It just and but he didn't have nobody to go with.
Right.
And going, I guarantee the crowd, they were tired of the main event.
I'm sure. You're right.
I'm not saying
You're
they didn't
right.
have a good time,
Right, right.
and I'm not saying but there's no reason, and you can't say, well, this is what time AEW starts their pay-per-views. Well, no, if you're afraid WWE is going to counter program you, you got no problem moving it back to the afternoon. They've already done it for All In.
True.
So,
No, I don't know why.
and I think WWE has proven that if they put a pay-per-view on earlier, people don't mind watching afternoon wrestling. It's quite refreshing not to be up and then, walking in, going to work dead tired for the next day.
And you know what? It probably would have Saturday night was oh crap. I'm sorry. I keep thinking it was Saturday night. Saturday night, most people, some people probably watch the basketball game Sunday night, and then you stay up late on Sunday night, then you stay up late Monday night to watch the championship. There's probably some little tired people out there. I agree. You're right. I see what you're saying.
All right, we had Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe in the Owen Hart quarterfinal match. Man, I thought this was a good match.
It was
It
good.
was a good match, but I'm here to tell you, I do not like the buckle. I don't like the buckle brainbuster.
Mm.
I don't like that move, dropping him on his head on the top turnbuckle. I don't like
Right.
that move. I don't like it, not a little bit. There's nothing to me that's enjoyable about it. I don't go, ooh, because
Right.
I think, we're dropping people on their head everywhere. Now we're dropping them on their head on the top rope.
Yeah. No, I understand.
And I'm here to tell you that there is that pad. That pad's not.
Not all that it looks. All it's
I mean,
cracked up to be.
Go out and put a pillow on the trailer hitch of your truck, and then hit your hand on that pillow, and you're still going to feel that trailer hitch. And I'm telling you, the buckle, that turnbuckle cover, that turnbuckle is metal. It's a piece of steel holding the ropes,
Right.
and it's covered with that pad. No, it's just, man, I just think we're taking too many chances up there doing that.
And you just hate it because the conversation is like, oh yeah, do it. Are you sure? Yeah.
Oh,
Go
both
make our-
guys were 100% into it. Mark
Oh,
Briscoe's
man.
not scared of anything.
No, I wish he would have won.
I do too.
I really do. I don't know
mean-
exactly who's all in it.
Well, it
in
doesn't
the
matter. Will Ospreay's in it and Kyle Fletcher's in it. So guess who the finals are going to be?
oh
I
yeah.
mean, you can't if that's not the finals, then I'd be shocked because we're telegraphing the finals of this big time.
Right.
And
No,
it's the best story to tell, so I don't have a problem with that final.
I would like for them to do something more with Briscoe. I mean, I think he's a talent that's worth people definitely get behind him, and I think they could do more with him. Just for him to lose in the
Yeah.
quarterfinal.
But I mean, he's in the mix constantly.
Yeah, yeah.
He's in the
Yes,
mix
he is, he
constantly.
is.
And so
But
I
I
mean
want him to elevate. I don't know why
yeah,
he couldn't have, why does Will Ospreay or one of these have to win the Owen Hart? Like to me, the Owen Hart Cup, like, I don't know. I don't want Will Ospreay to win. I don't
yeah.
want Kyle Fletcher to win. I want somebody that is
Hey,
not.
has the Owen Cup being in AEW has it lost its luster since Vince isn't there to stick it to Vince anymore? Because that's all this is a FU Vince tournament on AEW.
I don't really think it's lost its luster.
Okay.
I like it. I mean, I don't mind a good tournament. Just only because it's almost like the Royal Rumble in the way of you get to see matchups that maybe you don't always get to see,
And I
during
like
the
tournaments.
weekly broadcast, but I don't like it when,
It was
like I
just that
said,
added. It was that
I don't
added.
like
Hey,
that.
FU Vince.
Yeah,
You can't have Owen, but Tony Khan can. So, but I mean, it's still great, and I'm glad that and I do believe that Owen Hart was the best wrestler in his family. I've said that. Brett can say that he was the best, but
I don't know how you can say that when there's a Bruce Hart in the family, but okay, we'll let you say what you got to say.
I think Natalia. Have you seen the video of Natalia going to Bloodsport?
No,
Oh, you got to go find that, Amy. We'll talk
Oh,
about it next week.
okay, good for her. Good for her.
And
She's a good
Coach Keith points
hand.
out that the winner gets to go to the main event. Is the main event at All In Texas.
That's interesting. But we've even seen Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay. Like, how awesome could it have been if we could have seen people that don't normally wrestle each other? It's just, I don't know. Okay, anyway, I'm not gonna
All right, we'll
complain
move
anymore
on.
about that.
But it's a good match. I didn't. I mean,
Woohoo! This match.
this match. This went like I thought it was going to go. This went like I thought it was going to go. I didn't think that the title was going to change hands. I did think FTR was going to beat the piss out of Cope. I was hoping for a Christian run in to save him. And I'm still thinking that Christian is going to be the guy that's going to help. And AEW loves its surprises. So it'll be Cope and a mystery partner against FTR when it ought to just have him go up or Christian say, hey, I can whoop your ass, but nobody else can. But
Right.
Christian don't have anything else going on right now. And I'm here for FTR versus Edge of Christian. I'm here for a heel FTR.
Oh, yes. I'm not going to lie. I would have loved to have seen them win the trios title, 6-man, whatever you want to call it.
The
But
6-man's what I want to call it.
6-man, sorry, 6-man.
It's well documented. I'm not a fan of the term trios.
I know. And did you know the 6-man tag belts were created for the Von Erichs and the
I feel like that. I feel like I've heard that. I feel like I've heard that a time or 27.
You think you have? I couldn't remember if you. I didn't know. I want to make sure if you didn't know the Freebirds. I didn't know. I just want to make sure you knew. I do appreciate. I love that they kept FTR together. I was really afraid that if they were going to have this, breakup, that they were going to have Dax go on his own as the heel, and Dash was going to be in the middle, or Cash. I'm sorry.
There was a moment I thought Cash was going through the barbershop window.
Oh man. I was very worried because then that was super jump the shark. Like you can't. These two have never been at odds, and I
Well,
like that. As
I have
in, you know,
I've halfway expected it though, because when we saw them with Arn a few years ago, and Cash was talking about the extent of his injuries,
yeah,
we knew that Dax was pulling the majority of the workload. Anyway, I like the match though. I love the match. I love the ending.
I like them heel. I'm with you. I like them.
The only
I like
thing,
them as heels.
I mean, I expected it, and that's how it went. I'm now excited for FTR again.
Hmm.
I'm excited for him again.
I like a good bad boy. Like Brody King. I got
Yeah.
my Brody King and FTR. I'm very happy.
All right, and for the TNT Championship, the champion Daniel Garcia uh, defends against Adam Cole Bebe with a no time limit, no outside interference stipulation, which confirms that AEW is all about allowing outside interference, because this time it's a rule.
Right.
I mean, everybody else's wrestling, outside interference is a no-no.
Right. We have to make a stipulation.
But
You
we got a
cannot. Yeah.
stipulation. So that, and actually, I thought that it was going to be Rick Knox as the referee, and it was going to be nothing but outside interference, that he was going to miss on that.
Right.
But no, it was a match. It was a good match. I think Adam Cole needed it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the crowd wanted Adam Cole to win.
Yeah. I like Daniel Garcia chasing. I like Daniel Garcia. I really hope now that he's not dancing and doing all that
Oh,
mess.
he
Like,
danced in the match. He did dance
he
during the match.
did like
Yeah.
that
Instead
silly
of
mess.
instead of taking
Oh,
care of business, he had to take a minute to do his whole.
oh, dang, I missed that
It
part.
doesn't fit. It doesn't fit his presentation.
It doesn't fit a main eventer. Like that's not something that a main eventer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That to me that is not main event stuff.
And I want to circle back to the chat real quick
Oh
and
yes.
thank everybody that's joining us tonight. Efren, Coach Rosie, someone named Extreme that says that you are so gorgeous and calling you mom. Do you know who that is?
I thought that was for you.
Somebody's calling me mom. I mean, I know the gorgeous part I bought. But Mike Whitaker's here, Coach Keith, Willie Buck's here. What's up, Willie Buck? I had a great birthday. Thank you for asking, sir.
Heather Whitley, did you get her?
Heather, Billy
sorry.
Sellers, who's going to start a podcast soon.
Oh, good job. Awesome, Billy.
So thank y'all for joining us tonight. We know you have a choice on how to spend your Tuesday nights, and we're proud that you're here with us.
Yes, thank you very, very much.
But Adam Cole wins the championship.
I like that. Not bad. Kevin. Again, it's the TNT title. So I mean, I like when the championship belts are, defended. So
we're gonna do a little housekeeping real quick, Amy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Let me take this one for you, because Willie wants to know why you didn't like his Facebook post today. Because you're a grown-ass woman with a job. Just take a deep breath, Willie. It's not that serious. Thank you for the support.
I did write a comment. I did not like it, but I did write a comment like I thought the show was going to be great. I didn't realize that I should have done both.
Yeah. All right. So Adam Cole is your new TNT champion. Moving right along. The Hurt Syndicate, who could possibly be my favorite tag team right now. They're so damn impressive. Big Bill and Brian Keith. I like this match. I thought it was a good match. Man, I've come all the way back around on Big Bill. I always thought he was the guy that stood there while Enzo entertained us.
Right.
I thought he's just generic big guy. Why do we need him when Lance Hoyt works there?
Right.
Why do we? I mean, with no disrespect to Big Bill, it's just that the dude is good. the dude is really good. And Brian Keith, I really like him.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd like to see him do more. I'm not sure that he's best served in a tag team.
Gotcha.
Man, I think guy needs to be if he. I don't know if you don't have a spot for him on AEW, put him on Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
But he's a little pit bull. I like him. And this was a great match to me. I knew the MJF was going to interfere. I'm excited for the MJF Hurt Syndicate collaboration, if you want to call it that.
I like that.
But
yes.
it's going to be the tension between Bobby and the reluctant partners.
Right.
The reluctant partners, like, you're welcome. Well, I'm not going to tell you thank you.
Right.
I mean,
right.
just, I like that. And I think that it should have been part of the finish, not just a random hit him with the ring at ringside.
Mm-hmm.
But it was cute. It was done cutesy. I liked it. I thought it was a good match. Man, I just really like this Hurt Syndicate, and I think that now that you got FTR on the hillside, there's other tag teams that are the tag division is pretty strong.
Definitely.
And
I keep thinking that, you think about Bobby Lashley and Sheldon Benjamin, they're like in their 50s. I mean, and they just don't even look like they've ever,
yeah,
missed a
Shelton's
beat.
49, Bobby's 50.
Yeah.
51.
I mean, they just have been, they're just phenomenal. And I'm very glad that they found a good footing in AEW. Really happy about that.
Yeah, and I mean, they look legit.
Oh, 100%.
Our friend Conrad Thompson had a great point. If wrestling was legit, nobody'd ever beat them. Could you imagine this team? Could you imagine this team 20, 30 years ago? This team against the Road Warriors. This team against the Steiners. This team against Demolition.
There was that would be so cool. There's this one. I don't know if any of y'all remember this, but back in WWE when Bobby Lashley was going against Sami Zayn, Sami might have been a heel. I don't really know. And he was like, he had him do like this, some kind of army boot camp, like obstacle course. I don't remember. I don't know if you remember this. Bobby Lashley did pull-ups with one arm while he was staring at Sami Zayn. So, I just thoroughly impressed from that moment. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just like you said, just picturing him lifting his whole entire body, doing pull-ups with one arm, staring at Sami Zayn as he's trying to do some kind of promo. If you haven't seen that, it is worth going back to see. It's just talk about phenomenal, just impressive. And you're right. What a team, like running through the Demolitions, the Powers of Pain, the, Road Warriors. Hell, let them fight the Four Horsemen. I mean,
this was
could have been, yeah.
I mean, I think that they're impressive. They just look like champions. And this, I know Bobby Lashley's been in great programs in the past, but I mean, this just feels good.
Mm-hmm.
This just feels like a really good spot.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an oasis of reality in an ocean full of bullshit.
I never thought of it that way.
This is the drizzling shits.
Yeah,
Jericho and Bandito for the Ring of Honor World Championship. Title versus Mask.
At least it was a title. And I don't want to talk too much, but yes, at least it was for a title. But it was hard, and it not because of Bandito. You know what I'm saying?
The correct way to have ended this match or to restart this match was Aubrey come in. Aubrey comes in, tells the referee what happened.
Right. You don't like going to ask the mom? You don't like that one?
No. No, we don't listen to the crowd.
Oh, man. I was wondering as a referee, how did you
No,
feel
my
about
fucking head
that?
exploded. Excuse my language. My head exploded. Uh, because all she had to do was come down and you could restart the match. You could have restarted the match. She could have come down and told the referee what happened.
Yeah.
Or you could have disqualified Chris Jericho. You could have disqualified Chris Jericho.
But you don't get the
He
belt.
kept the belt. Bandito won the match. He keeps his mask.
I don't
I
think
mean,
Chris Jericho needs the belt. I
no,
think
I
we need
thought
to
that
move on.
I've thought all along that his purpose in Ring of Honor is that they're trying to get a TV show, and criticize the man all you want to. Chris Jericho is a big name in professional wrestling.
100%.
And if you're trying to sell a TV show, him at the helm as the champion might be the way to do it. I don't have a problem with that. I don't like, hi guys. It's this is not my favorite incarnation of Chris Jericho. Not everything can be a hit.
Right.
But the way they did this match, where they teased that he was going to lose it and they did all that, but you took the family's word for it.
I love that part. I knew
And
you were loving that.
no, I absolutely hated it. And also, this is Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor plays by the rules. Ring of Honor's always been about honor. You play by the rules. And so what are we're just throwing all that away? I mean, basically you bought Pepsi Cola and you're changing the formula. Why? I mean, the Ring of Honor concept is different than your main product.
True.
So we need to keep that, what made Ring of Honor so successful for so many years, intact. That's what I think.
But I also think, I mean, I get it, I guess, but in any match, I don't really think you need to go ask mom what happened and let her come out and show you. You know what I mean? I just think that was kind of in any ring. Like, I'm happy they showed mom. So
Yeah,
I don't
I
know
mean,
why
you
they
got
made her is she somebody?
the second referee. You got the second referee
Right.
went and asked mom.
But I'm saying, is mom a famous luchador that I'm not aware of or something? Like, why are we having her on as much television time as she did? I mean, we've seen a lot of times they show the families in the audience and that kind of stuff, but I mean, she was part of the show. I just didn't know.
Yeah, that was
like,
La
was
Mama
she-
Grande. La Mama Grande.
I hear you.
Big Mama.
Her-
Anyway,
Next match. No.
yeah, this was the I can't believe
That's your least favorite match. Is that
Yes.
what? Can we say that? Yeah.
this
least
is on the
favorite
this
match.
could be on the Mount Rushmore of the worst ideas in professional wrestling ever.
Really?
That finish sucked.
Okay, finish did suck. Yeah,
That finish
it's kind of
sucked.
weird. It'd
And-
been different if it was in El Paso, maybe. Like if it was in Dallas or like in Philadelphia. Like I'm not for
No,
sure
we
why
don't
they
even
thought.
as
you know.
indie-rific as that finish was, we don't even end matches based on the crowd. I mean, if I looked at the crowd and said, "Hey, did he pull his hair?" And normally when I ask that question, they're going to go, "No, he didn't pull his hair." But if they even said, "Yeah, he pulled his hair," I'm going to say, I might tell them, "Hey, let's stay out of the hair. I didn't see it." So
Right.
I mean, it's just
But I could
we
see.
tried too hard.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I'm not for sure
we
why
tried
they
too
did all
hard.
that. 100%.
All right,
I like this match.
Rick
It's kind of
O'Shea,
wild.
Kenny Omega, Speedball Bailey for the AEW International Championship in a three-way match. It's bad.
I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it only
I loved it.
because.
I ain't gonna lie. I loved it.
What were you saying was bad? Did
I
you?
didn't. No.
Oh, I thought you were. I thought.
No,
you were
I was
getting ready-
saying that that I don't like the flip flop and fly,
Oh yes, that is very true.
and in the Broadway production that is Kenny Omega at most junctures. But I like this. I'm digging Kenny Omega.
I like this new. I mean, I like him back.
I'm
I
I'm,
do.
I'm liking Ricochet as a heel, and I absolutely love Speedball Bailey.
I think I like that Speedball was getting, you know, props. I
Baref-
like that, that, and he was able to show off his talent. I did like that.
barefoot with kick pads though. I had not realized he was barefoot with kick pads until Sunday.
Oh, I don't even know if I paid attention.
Yeah, but the Karate Kid spot, I loved it.
Yes.
I
I
loved
d
it.
I do like Kenny Omega and him coming back, and again, it's like that thing they say, you leave town to go learn a new hold and you come back and it's, and he's not doing the same things that he was doing before, and we're doing stuff different, and I did like it.
Um, I knew Kenny needed to retain. I feel like we're going to get Kenny Okada at All In, title
Mm.
versus title. For some reason, I feel that way, and I'm for it. We did not need Okada coming down after the match. We didn't need it. It's TV spot. Why are we doing that on pay per view? We don't need. You don't have to have post match.
Right.
You don't have to have something post match. We don't have to have that after every match. We don't need it on television. We don't need it on pay per view.
We don't have to have everybody on the show. Like you
Right.
said, that could have
And
been
you're
better.
already going so long that we didn't need that. And I mean, at least Okada didn't call him a bitch.
Right. His new word.
And I'm for Omega Okada.
Sure.
I enjoyed Omega Okada on New Japan. Those guys, I used to say that without all Kenny Omega was nothing without Okada.
Mhm.
I don't believe that anymore because I still think to this day that Kenny Omega is probably the best AEW champion that we've had. I think he had the most solid title reign. Uh, I changed my opinion on Okada. I'm not. I don't say that I'm right about some of the stuff I say.
Mhm.
It's my opinion.
Right. Of
My
course.
opinion is just like yours. We may disagree, but it is what it is. I didn't think that I thought it took Okada to bring that out in Kenny Omega. And then I saw Kenny Omega be very successful.
Right. We've
And
seen we've seen it over time where people find a good dance partner and it just every match they have, I mean, it it just hits, I mean, that's gone through time. I mean, we saw, Macho Man and Ricky Steamboat, WrestleMania 3. Like you have a good dance partner and sky's the limits. You can do all kinds of different things. And Omega and Okada, they seem to be each other's dance partners.
yeah, and I'm hoping that we get that level. We get that level of rivalry in AEW. I'm a huge Okada fan.
I don't want them to rush it though. Like, I mean, All In is what, 3 months? No, what is today? April, May, June, July. Yeah, 3 months. Like, don't rush
Yeah.
it. Don't rush it.
Yeah, I mean we may get that before we're just assuming that we're building towards All In.
Right.
They could do this in Booger Hollow, Arkansas in front of 47 people. I don't know.
As long as it's 6 months from now, I'd be a lot happier.
Yeah, I mean,
Let it build. Booger Hall. Have you ever ref there?
no.
Oh, they won't pay you to come or what? Why haven't you
I
been
think the
there?
population is 7 and 1 coon dog.
Hmm.
This opened the show for the Owen Hart, the quarterfinals of the Owen Hart's men's tournament. Will Ospreay versus Kevin Knight. I
Mhm.
knew absolutely nothing about Kevin Knight before this match. I'd never heard of Kevin Knight, hadn't seen Kevin Knight. But after this match, I'm a fan of Kevin Knight.
Yeah.
This kid's got something.
And
This
and again, we have new people that we're seeing that are getting we had Speedball, we've had him. Um, there's somebody else I was trying to think of, but we're having people, with this tournament, like we're having people get to, show themselves off. And again, I think Will Ospreay is probably a very good dance partner if you're going to go out there and do something. And I loved how they shook hands at the end. I thought that was very,
They
I
gave
like
Kevin
that.
Knight an opportunity. I mean, you could have
Yes,
just as
yes,
easily plugged Samoa Joe into that spot.
yes, 100%. Nick Cage, Gage. I was speaking of
You could have
that.
put Lance Archer in there. Lance
Anybody.
Archer and Will Ospreay have great matches.
Yes.
I
But
mean,
you're right.
but
Anybody.
you took the new guy and gave him an opportunity, and you sold it as he's getting an opportunity.
Exactly.
Because unfortunately, Jay White's hurt. Man, I hate that so bad. I hate
Right.
it so bad.
But hopefully, like you said, being in the ring with Will Ospreay, he was definitely someone. He was a great partner, and he helped highlight. And again, I love that kind of handshake at the end. I thought that was very classy. I like that, and it opened, like you said, it opened the show. So I was like, okay, that's pretty cool.
But you've introduced everybody. You've introduced your audience now to Kevin Knight, and there's no shame to losing to Will Ospreay, who's probably one of the best wrestlers in the world.
Exactly.
And he didn't lose anything losing to Ospreay. Shined him up before he beat him.
Right. Oh, definitely.
So anyway, Ospreay wins again. I said that I think it's going to be an Ospreay Fletcher final.
Mm-hmm. Not really thrilled about that, but okay, whatever. Next match of 20. No, I don't. Just kidding. I like this match.
Bear with me just a second.
Okay. I like Julia Hart. I really do like her. I hope she, continues create. I like this dark character. I think it's good.
I was excited for this match. I'm sorry for the delays. We're trying something new tonight. I apologize. I'm getting some feedback on the presentation tonight. We went with a different orientation on the screen, kind of a reels feel to it. I wanted to try it, and I can't change it while we're live, so we're stuck with it tonight. I just wanted to try it, and
people like it bigger.
So, I mean, I would like to know though. Y'all can hit me up on social or on our socials and let us know if you liked it or you hated it.
Tell us in the chat. I would have liked.
I'm getting some feedback I'm just. So anyway, I just wanted you to know that we'll go back to the other way if y'all liked it better. I was excited for this match. Mercedes has had 2 really good pay-per-view matches in a row. That streak is over. The streak is over. This match was not good. This match had several mistakes in it. This match had Mercedes call her spot and then miss it. She told Julia what she was going to do, and then she missed the spot, and she stood there for a second, and I'm pretty sure the crowd was like, you effed up. And then she just went to her little Mercedes dance.
Really? Oh, I didn't pay attention to that.
And it reminded me of a child that kind of gets caught the caught in the deer headlights look, and then tries to do something cute. Maybe you'll forget.
Right.
There were several botches in the match. I don't think this was not. She was due for a bad one, and this was it.
I think, like you said, the previous matches that she's had a good matches were with experienced Japanese wrestlers, right? Right? Yeah, those last 2. Julia Hart is, couple years into wrestling.
She's 23 years old.
Right. So she's not the veteran. I have high hopes for her. I think she's really good. Julia Hart is.
Hey,
And I
all
like,
Julia Hart had to do was hold Mercedes' hands on that spot. Mercedes screwed that spot up.
right. Well, no, I'm just saying I would have liked for Julia Hart to win. This is for the Owen Hart Cup. This wasn't for
Yeah.
any of her titles. It could have been a banana peel moment or whatever you want to call it, and let Julia Hart move on. Why
And
is Mercedes moving on? You know,
I would have liked to have seen Athena cost Mercedes the match.
I would have gone with that too.
Because
Something.
Athena and Sasha Mercedes are not going to meet up in the finals. The way the tournament is set up, they will meet earlier than the finals.
I got you.
If they go. So she could have cost Mercedes the match. Mercedes could have cost her the match. Now you've got
Your own match.
You've got their own match with a grudge because Mercedes it was shots fired. She beat Billy Starks and said her mentor must not be very good. Athena's responded because Athena's the mentor. See what I'm saying? You could have forwarded this,
right?
And I'm hoping that we're not bringing Mercedes through this tournament just so you can pile another belt on her.
And I hope, and with Athena, who is well versed, is a veteran. She could lead. She could cover up. She could, she can mask things in the ring, maybe like maybe our Japanese wrestlers did. And it might just be the style. I don't really know, but
I think Mercedes has been having good matches.
Yeah, but they've been with well-oiled.
I've been on her bad.
You've
heard me. I dog her pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to give credit where credit's due. She's been very entertaining lately. Her matches have been good. This one was a miss.
Right.
This one was a miss.
But that's what I said. She was in there with a younger person, younger as in the business, who maybe was not as skilled. And Julia Hart's been gone. So, I mean, she's even just coming back to the ring. It's not even like she's been, nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, I think that is kind of the recipe.
Did you feel like Julia Hart was the reason this match didn't hit?
No. I'm saying.
I mean, I thought it was pretty equal. I mean, it just did not hit.
I think Mercedes needs a more structured, more veteran opponent. And I don't think, and so I don't, and so for Julia Hart kind of coming back, getting her feet wet, Mercedes Moné is not the person she needs to be in the ring with, because when Julia makes a mistake or whatever, Mercedes can't cover it. Do you see what I'm saying? That's kind of how I felt about it.
Yeah. Well, then this was the case that Mercedes was making mistakes that Julia couldn't cover.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
And on a personal note, I think I'd like to see Julia Hart. I think I'd like to see her change her gimmick.
No, I like it. Why? Yes, I like the dark.
Did you notice that they said they mentioned Brody and Buddy, but they did not mention Aleister as an influence. They did not mention Aleister Black.
Well, why name someone who's not there no more?
Well, I mean, you're talking about who's developed her, but anyway.
Yeah, I think they're kind of over that now. I think being nice.
Toni Storm and Megan Bayne for the AEW Women's World Championship. Megan Bayne came out with Penelope Ford, and I thank her for that.
I like that. Did you think that Megan Bayne broke her neck?
Yes.
Okay, I did too. I was like, holy shnikes.
Yeah.
I did too. I really legit.
I was really concerned. I didn't like the finish because I don't think Megan Bayne should have lost this match. I don't think it was time to beat her yet.
It was a quick roll up, right?
Kinda.
I mean, it wasn't like she was laid out. No, I kind of agree with you on that. I mean, again,
I don't think this match needed a finish. I think this match could have been.
Penelope got involved and somebody else came out. Julia could have come out, or whoever, Athena, whatever.
I mean, Luther took Penelope away.
Yes. Oh, I like that.
But can I just give a golf clap to Joey Janela, the bad boy Joey Janela? I mean, Megan Baines' his girlfriend.
Uh-huh.
Penelope Ford's his ex-girlfriend.
Right.
This guy's a salesman. This guy's a salesman. And I mean, he ain't the best looking fellow in the world. No offense, Joey.
He's no Cash Wheeler. I'll give you that.
But he's a salesman.
I agree. I wish they could have done something. And maybe that's what they were kind of thinking with the whole quick roll up. Like it wasn't like she was laid out unconscious in the ring and,
Yeah.
it was.
I think we could have continued it better with a non-finish or an outside interference, disqualification. Maybe Penelope cost her the belt and you let them come out and reverse the decision Dusty style. Maybe that's when you need the other referee reversing the decision.
Maybe they should have had Joey Janela in the audience and ask him as her boyfriend.
Right?
I mean,
right?
You know what, though? We didn't have very many interferences. I mean, now granted, most of, like matches like this wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. I mean, Luther grabbed her and took her out because
yeah.
she kept interfering. And I loved Tony's Rocky gear.
Oh, yes.
Instead of the stallion on Luther's warm-up jacket, instead of the Italian stallion patch, it was a high heel shoe.
I mean, can we just say I love everything Toni Storm is doing? Like, I just am mesmerized every time she's out there to see what she's going to do, what she's going to say. Thunder tits,
Yeah.
just everything. Tits up, tits out. What does she say? Up or out? I shouldn't have said
tits
it.
Up.
Tits
no.
up. Tits
chin
out.
up, tits out.
Oh, chin
Look
up,
out,
tits out.
Chin up, tits out. Look out for the shoe.
Yes, very much, very much.
But anyway, she's very creative. She's doing the best work of her life.
100%.
And she was entertaining in the press conference when the dude asked her what her Waffle House order was, and it's the way that she just kept like, oh, I think his name was Maxwell. Oh, Maxwell. No, I mean it was.
I did not watch the.
I just saw a clip of it.
Yes.
I don't know if you believe it or not. I could not get in bed fast enough when this pay-per-view was over.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you could have done some more, like at least another hour or two.
And for the AEW World Championship.
It's too much shit going on in this match. Sorry. Sorry.
Jon Moxley, Swerve Strickland.
I do like that Swerve was in the main event. I like
Swerve. I do too.
I really do.
Thank you for not putting the Young Bucks in black hoodies and go ahead and turning the lights out. I feel like I think they're listening to us, Amy. Fingers crossed. I said that the black hoodie had become the new turning the lights out.
I want it.
The Bucks turn the lights out. I don't know how I feel about the Bucks siding with the Death Riders. The Death Riders needed something.
We need to, you know what? I'm willing to see where this goes. As long as it goes somewhere, if this was a big plan or whatever, but I want to see where this goes. If it's just something really ridiculous, I'm not going to be super happy, but let's see where it goes. I'm open to see where it goes.
The Death Riders need something. I'm willing to see how the Young Bucks are going to contribute to it.
Yes.
Man, I mean, I'm tired of the constant outside interference though.
Right.
I mean, like, as a fan of the Four Horsemen, this is a little much. But,
yeah. I mean, I like some. I mean, I don't know for them for that group. It's kind of what they do. Like I expected. I love that Marina Shafir is in this group. Like that is probably one of my favorite things.
I think it's a good spot for her.
She's a badass, and just the fact that is acknowledged and accepted as she's part of this group. I mean, and she's kind of like Jon Moxley's right, not bodyguard, like she's like right there with him all the time. I expected out of this group, Yuta and and Pat. I kind of like it. Like I like that, but I need to see a babyface group come together. Not Darby Allin. Not like if I could see Swerve and the Hurt Syndicate, and who else would I put with them? Um, I don't know. Would you put Adam Cole? I'm just thinking about like a group of guys that you could see
Yeah.
really go 5-on-5 or whatever we're doing here. Willow, keep Willow in there. I think she's a good asset. She's a good foil to Marina. We'll just have to see. I want to see where this goes. I want to see
Yeah.
where it goes.
Like I said, it is what it is. I was tired. It was just too long. But
Yeah.
That's my criticism of it.
And I feel like they hadn't been doing that. Like I feel like the previous
No, they've been long.
shorter. Well, but not this long, right?
No, this one felt like extra long.
And I guess too, we also get the WWE doing them like 2-3 hours, like they're not long at all. So we've kind of
they're going with quality, not quantity. And I'm not saying that we didn't get quality matches. Just start a little earlier. And I realize that I'm not the demographic, but people get tired. I mean, I watched it with a lot of young people, and they were leaving. They were leaving.
Well, yeah.
We got to get up. We got to get up and go to work.
Somebody's got to take you to work.
But at this time, our guest is here. Let's welcome to the show the AIW Women's Champion, Ava Brooks.
Yay!
Ava, how are you? How are you? Let me see.
We have new technology. Whoa! So,
yeah, there we go.
I like that. That's fine.
Well,
yes.
Bear with me. There we go. How about that?
That's better. I like that.
This is the first time we've used this platform, so we're the guinea pig testing it out.
Or you are the guinea pig. Actually, you got to be the guinea pig, Ava.
Well, out of two podcasts that are going to use this platform, we're the guinea pigs testing it out. So.
Oh, okay, that's true. That's very true.
But the AIWF Women's Champion, you can see her all over Pennsylvania. And as I did my research for this episode, I saw you being interviewed by our very good friend Megan Nelson
Yes.
at Rise. Yes, and I didn't expect that when I was checking you out.
Have you done a lot of work there with them?
Yeah, so Rise is actually my home promotion. Rise and RWA is where I am the most in Pennsylvania. But Rise so graciously. Willingly. We'll just say willingly. Took me under their wing after I debuted and had to switch training schools. So I've been with them for almost a year now.
Awesome. So are you doing Rise's training school like with Jason and them? Awesome. They've been on our show a few times. We love them up there. And we love Megan very, very much. So.
I love Megan. She's so nice.
She is. Can I do a little cheap? Megan and I have a podcast or have a show over on don't be like that. At free shows. We talk about the ladies' night at the matches. So always here to promote women's wrestling. Anyway.
And they do a good job at it.
Oh, thank you.
So, Ava, tell me, what brought you to professional wrestling?
It was a mix of things. I really got into combat sports before I got into the independent circuit, but I was 6 months into amateur wrestling and I ended up breaking my hand. So getting back into that was a little rough. We started going to independent shows like Imagine and Altoona, which isn't far from me. And then we went to IWC and I saw Katie Arquette. And I was just like, Mom, I want to do this. And she's like, what? I always thought it was going to be my brother because my brother is grown up. He's going to be 14. And like he's always been glued to wrestling anytime it's on the TV. So like I was not around it, but I watched it growing up. But I was never I never really got into it as much as he did. So I feel like I kind of went backwards in a sense because I got more into the independent scene before I got into WWE and AEW. But yeah, it felt like a really long process because I started training as a junior in high school. I saw Katie like a few months before I turned 15, and we tried to find a training school, and no one would touch me until I was at least 16 so that my parents could sign a waiver. And then up until my debut with Katie on my 18th birthday, which was crazy because you can't wrestle on the show up here until you're 18 because of the sports commission. But yeah, it was quite the journey.
You started
I'm seeing it
training.
more and
That's
more.
awesome.
I'm seeing it more and more that wrestlers are training in their teens,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sure that it's the father in me that doesn't like it because I've been through wrestling training.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that you could say it's the same thing with football. It's the same thing. I don't know. There's something different about it.
She was doing MMA first.
Right.
So, I mean,
But I'm saying all that to say that I'm coming around and I'm thinking that it's not as bad as I used to think it was.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's actually a good thing because then when you are old enough and the commissions will allow it, you're ready.
Yeah.
And you have the potential, like we were just talking about Julia Hart. She's only 23 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So having that head start on training, I used to just have that hard line is that we didn't need kids. And in our group chat, we use Billy Stark. I still get teased to this day about Billy Starks. So like, no, she's too young. She's too young, especially for GCW. But I say all that to say that I've come around. I think it's a great idea now. And I don't think it's any harsher than anything that you train in high school for any of the stick and ball sports, for any other, like you said, you got your hand broke, amateur wrestling.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good thing. I really do.
It's definitely a different dynamic than most people are used to. Like, I've been an athlete my whole life, and I still wasn't fully prepared for like what the training entailed when I got into wrestling, but it definitely made it a lot easier. It doesn't make taking the bumps easier, obviously, or anything like that, 'cause we're bumping on wood, but it's being able to adjust, especially when you're a multi-sport athlete. It doesn't take as long. So like whenever I see WWE and they bring in these college kids, I don't really feel like it's that bad of an idea because their bodies are so used to like grinding and just pushing it out and doing what they need to do. So there's not as many mental blocks as if you had somebody that's never done anything before in their life.
What's your sporting background?
So it's pretty long. I started sports in first grade and I did soccer for a couple years until my school allowed me to go for basketball, which was originally what I thought I was going to do with my life. I loved basketball, played for like 7 to 8 years. In those 7 to 8 years of basketball, I continued playing, but I also started doing volleyball. I was twirling for my school. I was twirling with the marching band. I was doing flag. So every form of indoor competition I could do with my twirling team, I was doing. And then when COVID hit and everything shut down, when schools started going back, I decided to stay home because I just couldn't deal with drama in high school. It was just so annoying. I couldn't handle it. So my mom let me stay home. We switched to online learning, found a gym close, and then that's when I started doing boxing, kickboxing, MMA, amateur wrestling, all of that. And I broke my hand, independent wrestling. So I've never given my body a break at all.
Is the MMA something? Are you done with MMA, or just pursuing the professional wrestling? Or are you going to circle back and do both?
I feel like so I'm in college right now. But so college and wrestling, it's a lot. But if I were to get free time opening up, I'd definitely go back to the club that I was at before. Even if I wasn't doing it to actually do a fight, it helps so much, just the grappling part of it for wrestling, getting your stamina up.
I don't think people understand that there's no sport that can get you prepared for getting in the ring. The starting, the stopping, no amount of wind sprints, no amount of treadmill, no amount of cardio, running, getting in the rope, getting in there, and the start and stop in a wrestling ring is so much different than anything else. I mean, you can be in good shape and it might make it a little bit easier,
Yeah.
but wrestling cardio is completely different from anything else. I played soccer, so I mean, but I mean, the I remember going to wrestling school, and the first thing I do is grab a trash can and get it close to the ring because it
That
wasn't a
was-
matter of when I was going to throw up, if I was going to throw up. It was when I was going to throw up.
Mhm. I was like that with basketball too, especially in elementary school. We'd have very early games on the weekends, and even though like I wake up super early, I don't feel like I'm a morning person at all, so I don't understand why my body does that. So I can't really do any physical activity as soon as I wake up, but I was. So we'd put me in the game, I'd run up and down the court one time, I'd get sick, and then I'd go back in and I'd be fine. But it was just like I did that for like 4 years and then switched to middle school, and I was okay because they were evening games, and I was like, oh, like my cardio is good. And then I got in the ring and I was like, okay, I got this. And my first like running of the ropes, I was like, I don't got this, guys. Where's this run? And yeah, and the funniest thing is like I was so afraid of getting sick during training because I thought people were going to see me as weak or that I wasn't going to be able to do it. But my trainer, anytime it happens, he's just going to laugh because like his goal is to make us throw up, I swear. And
It is 100%.
it's more so like at that point he knows that you're pushing your body so much that it's just like that's what's gonna happen. And I envy the people that do not get sick at all. Like my boyfriend does not get sick, and I'm like, you know what? Get away from me. You make me mad. But yeah, I wish I didn't get sick, but sometimes it's just how it is. Everybody's anatomy is different also, so different elements go into it.
I want to ask, so would we know your boyfriend? You said he runs the ropes. Is he a wrestler?
He is, but I kind of keep it like
Okay.
I
you
knew
have
she
to.
was-
Yeah.
I knew you were going to ask, Amy.
Well, I mean, she said it. I was just like, and I said we've had Rise wrestlers. We've had
He
the
doesn't wrestle
owners.
Rise, but
I understand though. That's cool. But I thought maybe I could ask.
Hey, I noticed there's a gentleman wrestler that I say gentleman loosely because he seems to take great pride in beating the crap out of you. Is it Chris Helmsley?
good old Chris.
What's the story with him? Because I've noticed he seemed to pop up quite a bit and has a huge issue with you.
So Chris is obsessed with me. That's just what it is. I don't know. But no, so we started this storyline at RWA, and he said he was blackballed from Pittsburgh Wrestling, all this stuff. He was offering an open challenge, and I accepted it. Came out, he was talking crap, slapped him in the face, caught him off guard, rolled him up, beat him in 36 seconds.
Woohoo!
And everybody popped crazy. He was not very happy about it. So then I don't really remember. I think we wrestled again, I believe, because this was all last year. So and so much has happened since then. So then I think we wrestled again. Maybe. I know I didn't lose to him ever. So if I did wrestle again, I beat him. Do I remember how I beat him? No. But it happened. So then
You're just better than him.
I'm just better than him. He's always like, I'm classic, you're not. I'm like, I'm relevant, you're not. Get out of my face.
He sounds like a big baby.
Yeah. So then there was a girl named Pegasa who came out and was like in support of him. And we had a match, and he decided that he was going to hide under the ring before the match and not come out. So I knew he was under there. I got confused. She hit her finisher on me. 1, 2, 3. It's the only match that I've lost in RWA. Oh, the match before that I'm thinking of, it ended up turning into a tag match. So it was him and Pegasa versus me and Shadow Man Elijah Cruz, and we won. That's what happened. So it was a whole mess. I wasn't able to make it to a few RWA shows, and then I faced Pegasa in December. That was the last one I was at. I wasn't able to make it in January because I was in New York, and then I actually got hurt at that show, so I was out all of February, and I came back at the beginning of March. So beginning of March, I had won the title at AIWF. I went back to RWA that month and defended against 2 girls in a triple threat match and won. And then it was just this past Saturday, I faced AJ Alexander. He came back from Japan not that long ago, and he like stole our heavyweight belt. Like, it wasn't cool of him at all, from our actual champion. And our actual champion wasn't cleared, so he's just walking around with the belt. And I was like, you know
which promotion is this?
RWA.
Okay. Is RWA the AIWF affiliate?
I don't think that they're actually affiliates yet. It might happen in the future. I'm not sure because I keep defending my belt there, but
well, yeah, I know that as the AIWF champion that you can defend your belt in non-AIWF promotions. Where exactly does RWA run?
In West Newton.
Okay. And is that the promotion that you won the belt in?
No, so I actually won it at AIWF in Mount Airy, North Carolina.
Oh, and it's an actual AIWF promotion.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was their North Carolina area. And I faced Claire Carter for it. She had it for like 15 months, and I think I was her first defense.
Oh, 15 months, and you were her first of really? She was dodging everybody then, wasn't she?
So I walked in there and I beat her and I took the belt on my debut. People were not happy with me. Whatever. I don't care. But yeah, so this past Saturday, I faced AJ because I was like, you know what? I'm going to win this belt and I'm going to give it back to who it actually belongs to. Like, you're not going to mess with my company. And that's how I messed up my face.
Oh.
But I fought for I think the ending of our match, it was like 18 minutes, something like that. So I fought and I fought and I fought. He just got tired of it, I guess, and decided to miss me because he knew he couldn't beat me. So he got disqualified because the ref saw the mist on my face. And Pegasa comes out, beats me up because I can't see and my body's tired and I can't fight back. Then a girl named Lexus Sin comes out, starts beating her up so I can like finally scurry away and get the mist out of my eyes as I'm sitting there. Next thing I know, I'm being grabbed by Chris and Tony Kincaid, who's with AJ. They put me back in the ring, try to hit me, give AJ brass knuckles to hit me. I was like,
dang,
that's rude, but okay. So then Johnny Norris comes out, whatever. They like surround him. You have Tony, AJ, and Chris. Tony just jumps down because he's like, I'm not doing this. They get in the ring. AJ pushes Chris to Norris, gets out of the ring, and Chris gets chokeslammed pretty hard. And I was like, that's what you get for messing with me. I got friends everywhere. Don't try to come at me. But yeah, he's just everywhere. He just pops up. I'm like, bro, I haven't even thought about you in like 3 months. and you're still.
It's kind of like CM Punk and Seth Rollins, right? You know,
Yeah.
CM Punk's like, I don't even thought about you.
Is Pagasa pretty much your biggest rival?
It really depends on where we're at, and the problem is, so like me, Pegasa, and Lexus Sin are kind of the three main girls in this general area. So we either like each other or we absolutely hate each other. So it's a love-hate relationship. So some days we go in and we're just like, we want to kill each other. Other times, two of us will be friends. And it's just a really toxic relationship, to be honest. But, you know, we figure it out.
We've all been in those.
It kind of reminds me of superstar Bill Dundee and Jerry Lawler.
Girl, Pondwater, she has no idea who those people are. Don't be bringing up
I know
people
who they
from
are.
the 60s.
I just don't know
What I'm saying is that like I'm currently watching 1988 Memphis, and Lawler and Dundee can be killing each other one week, but then all of a sudden they're I mean, it's like, all right, well,
they have a common enemy.
Yeah, I mean, it's like they can kill each other, but nobody else can.
That's right.
And then they're back on the same page, and then they're right back off the page again. But so I get what you're saying. That's just wrestling.
I can't believe you used an 80s reference and thought Ava would be like, oh, totally. That's what it was.
Yes, that.
No, I like to always point out what's old is new, and wrestling is wrestling. It's and that kind of.
If I didn't tease you, Dave, you would think I did.
I know. It's just, I love that's just how wrestling is.
Very true. Very true. But you're right about that.
But I want to talk to you about being the AIWF Women's Champion.
Yeah. So
you said that it was the first title defense, and you went to North Carolina to get it. I think our friend Jackson Sane is at that promotion as well. But
there's so many wrestlers on there. I went down, it was a 2-day event, and they had like 20 some matches between the 2 days.
Oh my.
There were so many people.
Well,
I was overwhelmed. I sat in my little corner and I was like, what's going on?
So are you just defending the title in your area? Are you going to travel with it? Is Matt setting it up for you to go to other promotions to defend?
It's really like whoever wants to get some, I guess. There's always like, if somebody messages me and they're like, hey, we want you to defend bring the title and we want you to defend it against so and so. Okay, bet I'll be there as long as I don't have another booking, obviously. I've defended it mainly. I've only defended it once so far, I think. No, twice. I defended it twice. First match was the triple threat match I said about at RWA, and then I went to PCWA and faced Autumn Breeze, and it was for both of our belts. And you know, I didn't really want her belt. Like, I just wasn't really feeling it, but I didn't want her to take my belt either.
Right.
I just got myself disqualified and was like, taste this metal to your face. So I got to walk home with my belt, rightfully so. I wasn't about to have her take it from me. That's not what I'm gonna do.
That's impressive though, because you've had 2 title defenses. You just won it last month, right? Isn't that what you said in March?
Yeah.
So that's impressive. You're not letting the other girl took 15 months. So, you know, you're not letting the grass get underneath your feet.
So it like at Rise, I don't defend it only because I have a whole different storyline going there right now, so it doesn't really make sense to place it there. And then I actually, the weekend after Mania, so I have Rise the 12th, which I don't know what I'm doing there actually. I need to message the guy. But the weekend after Mania, I'm debuting in Ohio at Oldie Wrestling, it's a very gimmicky promotion.
Cool. Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure I'm facing Pegasa there. But so I won't have the belt there. And then the next day I'm at RSW in West Virginia facing Lexison for her belt because she's the champion there. And then I go up to Buffalo that night, and the next day I'm in a tag match with one of my friends versus JC Storm and her tag partner. So the belt doesn't really be placed there. Now, I will defend the belt eventually, like regularly at NCW, but I want to finish the storyline that I'm in right now because there's so much going on up there with those girls that I'm just like, let's just get this in line. Like, come on.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
and
I like the. I understand. I'm curious as to how the promotions, because you work for so many promotions, how they feel about the AIWF. I mean, I'm a fan of the AIWF. It's a throwback to the territory systems. It's been around forever. They've got a long history, and they've got champions all over. Like down here, I'm in Mississippi, and Mustang Mike is the men's champion, and he's putting the belt up regularly on all these shows down here.
Yeah.
And so I don't know how promoters feel like, oh, do they see that as a plus that now we're going to bill her as the AIWF women's champion? Or they're like, no, we don't want to do that so much because we got our own thing going on. And
yeah, so none of the promoters have looked at it as a negative thing, but some of them are very like, we want to focus on our storyline, which I 100% get because like I hate when storylines don't get finished unless it's like, okay, this is actually ass. Let's like, it's just not working. But yeah, so that it's just like I don't know, it's kind of 50-50. Like I've had promoters and they're like, yes, bring the belt. I have had some that they're like, you can 100% bring the belt. You can advertise AIWF. You can have it for the match. But like, we're not going to make the match for the belt. And I'm like, that's fine. If the match isn't for the belt, I'll just have the belt at my merch table for fans to take pictures with if they want. And then there are some promoters that they're like, we don't want to really be doing what everybody else is doing because they're trying to build their own promotion by themselves, which I get that too. So yeah, it's really just, it's a mix, to be honest. But I've been reaching out to so many promotions. Like there's a mega promotion in West Virginia, May 3rd. And I'll be defending the belt that day. I know for sure. And then there's a couple dates, but they like shows and stuff haven't been announced. I don't even know if I should have said the May one. Oh well. But I have certain dates lined up throughout the rest of the year of defending, and we're still working on different states and stuff like that. And hopefully, if I still have the belt for WrestleCade, I'm going to be hosted down there all 3 days, so I could have the belt there.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Now, see, that seems like that would be something that would be right up Tracy Myers. That seems like that would be right up his alley. I would think that they would be very welcoming of that.
Yeah.
That would be cool. So
I love WrestleCade, and I hate that I can't get there because it's at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And it's just so hard. It's hard for me to travel cross country on a holiday like that. I've been able to do it one time. My brother lived up there, so I say that we went to go have Thanksgiving with Mom and my brother, but I was at WrestleCade.
There was an end to the means, right? Or whatever that saying is.
Yeah, they weren't the main event of that trip, that's for sure.
That's so funny. So you've been talking about a lot of dates. What does 2025 look like for you?
I work with Classic and a guy named Nick Russo, who he's the one who brought me up to NCW. And they have been handling, like, if I'm not, for some reason, being able to find a place to defend the belt. That's what
Mhm.
they're kind of working on behind the scenes. So I'll like add whatever dates they have to this Google Doc, or if I come up with a date, then I'll put it in the doc so that they can see and they're not booking me. So like Nick, he'll book me, he has my rate and everything like that, and then he'll let me know as long as the date's open on this doc. So let me see. Verified. Okay. So this month I already had RWA. So I still have 4 more shows. I'm not going to say the promotions only because I don't know if
Sure. That's fine.
Right.
who I'm with or whatever. But some of them I will if I haven't wrestled there before. Or you know what? I will say it. Screw it. So I have Rise this coming Saturday, and then
Awesome.
25th, 26th, 27th is Oldie, RSW, and NCW. May, I have the 3rd, I'll be in West Virginia at Mega. The 10th, I'll be at Rise. And the 17th, I'll be at RWA. And this is all just like what I have now. Obviously,
Mhm.
change. June, I have Rise on my birthday, which is June 14th. Then I have NCW the next day. And then the following weekend, I have RWA the 21st, and I debut at APWF the 22nd, which is in Indiana, Pennsylvania. July, I have RWA, Rise, and NCW. Those are like my main 3 that reoccur the most.
Mhm.
August, I have RWA and NCW, and then I make my return at PCWA. September, I have Rise, RWA, and there's a booking on the 21st that I don't know what the promotion is. I either got it from Nick or Classic, and they were talking to the guy, and they booked me for the day, but we don't have a promotion name yet because it was through I don't know. I gotta
Mhm.
wrestling is crazy. I was like, okay. October the 11th, I'm at Rise, and then the 18th, I'm making my debut at HCW, which is Hooligan Championship Wrestling in Evansville, Indiana.
Oh, okay.
And then November, I have the 8th is Rise, 15th is RWA. The 20th through the 30th, I'll be at WrestleCade. In December, I have the 13th at RWA. And that's just so far. I try to book myself every weekend, other than Mania
Sure.
week, because that weekend's going to be crazy. And the only way that it would make sense to me is if I was in Vegas.
Mhm.
But I'm only 18, so that's not going to happen. So, yeah, I'm going to stay at home and watch Mania. I'm going to go to my boyfriend's house, and then the night 2, I'll be at home, and he'll be here. So,
And
What
so
about
you're 18 and you are the AIWF champion. Are
yeah.
you the youngest? I'm
Yep.
assuming you are the youngest.
Yeah.
Awesome. Keep that going. Sounds like you're I love hearing that how super busy you're going to be, and I know that's going to fill up. And I'm sure people can go to your Facebook or what I know you have Facebook, but
Yeah,
like to
Facebook
see the
and
other dates that you are when you do get your bookings. Is that all going to be on Facebook?
yeah, so I've seen wrestlers do this quite a bit where they'll make like a graphic on dates on where to find people, and I didn't even think about that until recently.
Uh-huh.
With the more bookings that I'm getting, I'm probably going to start doing that 'cause it's going to be a lot easier. So yeah, there'll be more updates than there have been.
Cool.
now you said that the Hooligans date is May the 10th?
Hooligan Championship Wrestling is in October.
Oh, is that October? Okay.
So I still got quite a bit until I'm done there. But it was one of the promotions on my bucket list to get on this year. So I was happy to make that booking yesterday.
Am I correct that that's a show that's all women?
They do a show that's all women. I don't know if they have different types of shows that they do. So I've seen the show that was all women, but I don't think they do that all the time.
Okay.
I'm not sure if they like team with somebody and that's how they almost like a collaboration show,
Mhm.
or what. I need to look at that, but
Yeah,
they're women.
I know that they have a the Ascending the Queendom is an all women show that they're doing.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
So that's why I was asking. I'm familiar with Hooligan, and I'm trying to remember who else told me about it. It'll drive me crazy now.
I need to mark that in my calendar. I'm not too far from Evansville. I'm about 2.5 hours. That might be kind of fun.
Amy will show up for you.
I will.
I
will.
appreciate it. It's like I think it's like 10 hours from my house, so it's gonna be a long travel day. But
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Maybe
Do you go
next
by
year-
yourself? You don't. Tell me you don't go by yourself. Okay.
No. So my whole family goes with me because my mom, the reason we kind of really got into the independent scene is she took ringside pictures for a couple promotions.
Love it.
Then my dad, once I started like training and stuff, he became a ref.
Love it.
And then so like if I'm
So
on
the
a
family's
show,
very supportive.
yeah, and my brother wants to be a
Yeah.
wrestler too, so he'll run my merch table if I can't get up there for some reason, and he'll video my whole match so that I can look back on it.
This is like Paige and Wrestling with My Family. Is what it sounds like, right?
Yeah.
I mean, she just dropped
love
it matter
it.
of factly, and my dad became a referee.
I love it.
Yeah.
I do too.
He actually
Awesome.
he's ref some of my matches, which has been pretty cool.
That is. Did you any chance that you said you were going to pass on Vegas this year because you're only 18, but what about next year in New Orleans? You going to try to get some bookings down there?
I mean, I would love for that to happen. I'm also like I kind of figured trying to reach out now because I'm only 9 months in, like to my actual wrestling career. They're like the spots are going to be very limited, and people are going to be very picky on who they actually bring in because WrestleMania is in town. So, and with that chance that somebody from WWE is watching, I am deathly afraid of embarrassing myself in front of a WWE scout or something like that. So I don't feel like I'm 100% ready to be put in that position. Maybe give me like a couple more months, but right now definitely not. Plus in this match on Saturday I ended up pulling a muscle in my chest, so I kind of have to take it easy for a little bit.
Yes.
So I was just like, yeah, probably not the best.
Well,
Plus,
word on the
it's gonna
street
be
is
so expensive, and I'd take my whole family with me, and it would just be a whole lot.
word on the street is that WrestleMania 2027, whatever, I don't know, is that 45 at this point? I have no idea where we are. It's going to be in Nashville. So that's a little bit closer. Not going to be any cheaper, but
Yeah.
Well, the thing is that they do so many shows.
oh, 100%.
So, like, I'm only 3 hours from New Orleans. So next year, I normally go to the WrestleMania weekend and hang out with my friends from all over the country.
Mm-hmm.
But next year, I'm going to go and try to get booked on as many shows as I possibly can get booked on next year.
Yeah, that's like if they would come to Nashville, I'm working right now on trying to get booked in Tennessee actually. So, and my best friend's on there, and she wants me to come down and wrestle so bad. So I'm like trying to make it happen for her. But yeah. So if it would come to Nashville, that'd be like, I mean, it was in Philly not that long ago, last year.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I was
I
sitting
don't know
there
what I was doing last year. Probably training. Yep. Actually, I had a show from my old training school. I was like, you guys booked a show on Mania weekend.
We have a question in the chat that says, can we watch AIFW? Can they watch it on YouTube? Do you know?
I know AIWF, they have a YouTube channel. I don't know when my match is going up on there though. I don't think it's up there yet. I haven't been told anything. There's like select few TV channels that it's on. I don't know which ones.
I will share some of your matches.
Okay.
I'll share some of your matches on our social this week. You can just go to YouTube and put Ava Brooks wrestler in the search bar, and you'll come up with. I mean, you'll come up with quite a bit of her work on there.
And
I
I
don't
feel
even
like
know if
when
I've done that. Now I have to look. I'm like, what's on YouTube about me?
Yes, girl.
That's how I
why
saw
do
you
think
with.
we watched
That's how I saw you with Rise.
Oh my. Oh yeah, we do our throwdown Thursdays. I think they're called. But yeah,
I was
all of us
having
are-
the hardest. This is funny because I've learned something now. I was having the hardest time finding information about you because
Yes.
I was using the wrong last name.
That's
And
like
once
a
I
lot
and I'm
of.
like, man, this is going to be. I'm having a really hard time finding anything.
You
And
were
then once
using
I
the wrong
realized that
last name.
I was searching the wrong last name.
Yeah, a lot of. So I mean, there's still. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, a lot of my podcasts are on here. A lot of that match with Pegasa is on here. Let's see what else.
Were you and her a tag team?
No.
Oh,
I get that all the time. I'm like,
well, it was the gear.
yep. So the day we faced each other, we were in the locker room and I forget what her name is. I'm not sure.
I wouldn't have said anything, but the announcer did. So
there's another girl in the locker room. She walked past us. She was like, "Oh my god, are you guys a tag team?" And we're like, "No, we're actually facing each other." And she was like, "Oh, okay." So what happened was, I guess, she had her gear like into the designer first, but I ended up getting mine first. So then she got it after, and it was like
Oh.
the first new set of gear that she got. So she wanted to wear it, and the whole day, "Are you guys a tag team?" No, we're actually about to beat each other up. So, yeah.
So
I
if
didn't
they
realize-
ever are a tag team, they're there. They've got the gear.
You got
Yeah.
the gear.
We
If you ever
got the
want to
gear.
tag up against another person, anyway.
Ava, have you got a merch store yet?
I do not have a merch store. I probably should make one because I'm starting, like, my fan base is starting to like extend like out from PA. So if I'm not in a state for a while, they can't really get anything. So I'm gonna have to look into doing that.
All right.
So
And
be on the lookout on your Facebook. When you do get your store, you'll probably post it on those kind of your social.
Yeah.
I always say Facebook because that's what I have. I know it's probably Instagram or TikTok or something else.
Yeah, my TikTok is
Ava Brooks. Oh, cool.
it's getting there. I'm starting to get the views on TikTok, and I'm like, oh, like I did a promo when I got home from AIWF, and I basically was like, yeah, I told you guys like I was gonna win this belt, and it has like 14,000 views or something like that.
Awesome.
Like people were going crazy on it, and I was like, I'm just talking, y'all. Like this is the easy part of my job. Like,
and then it'll humble you because you'll think you've posted the best content that you've ever posted.
yeah,
And then
I'll
you're
put so
looking
much
like
work into it, and it's like 25
249.
I'm like 25. Usually, luckily, I'm almost at 1,000 followers on TikTok, so I'm averaging at least 1,000 views on my videos now. But oh my goodness, for a while I was like, really, guys, nothing. I don't know what it was. They just don't
If
like
you
it.
really want your TikTok to explode, my daughter tells me all the time that I need to go live. Just need to go
Yeah.
live. Just
Yeah.
for an hour. Just go live and I do this live, but I get so intimidated by going on TikTok. And I don't know why.
What?
It's my crazy, I guess. But
Yeah, I
you
used
can
to go
follow
live.
Ava on X @ Ava Brooks _
I think I just hit
what
100
about
followers on there, and it had told me, and I was like, I forgot I had an account.
you'll get tagged. Everything that we do this week, we will definitely tag you in it on Facebook and X.
Alrighty. I'll make sure
And
to have my notifications on this time.
And I'd like to thank you for your time tonight. Thank you for coming on our show.
Yeah, of course.
I'm so impressed that you're 18 years old and you're already having this level of success. Our friend Megan speaks very highly of you.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't speak highly of everybody. So, I mean, so it's not like that she's just constantly that one person. Oh, everybody's great. No. I mean,
Yeah.
she really likes you. She's really impressed with you, and I'm really impressed that because I thought you were older than 18, and that you already having this kind of success is awesome. And I think the sky's the limits for you. We're
Definitely.
looking forward to seeing where you're going.
Heck yeah.
But if you ever want to come back, you got something going on you want to promote, the door's open. Just let us know. We'll get you back on.
Oh yeah, for sure. If I still have the belt close to WrestleCade, I'll definitely message you and get back on. We can talk about that and what's going on down there.
That sounds exciting, WrestleCade. Getting to do that, getting to see and getting to work that. That's going to be fun. That's going to be good for you too.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the wrestling that goes on. But like I'm a little intimidated because I know how many people WrestleCade reaches, and I'm just there for like signings and pictures and stuff like that. So I'm like, I get very, I have horrible social anxiety, which is weird that this is what I get into.
Yeah.
But I think it's because like for some reason my mind's like I'm in the ring and the fans are on the other side of the rope, so I'm like I'm not really near them. Like I'm kind of by myself. They're just watching me. But yeah, I'm like, I'll be fine. Just deep breaths.
You'll be fine. We cannot wait to see how you do.
I appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much for coming on tonight. We appreciate your time.
Yes,
Of course.
thank
Thank
you.
you guys.
All right, everybody. Ava Brooks.
Yay.
Thank you, Ava.
Yes, thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, Amy.
I was a little surprised when she said she was 18. I was thinking she might be like 20, because she said she, had her first match, when she officially turned 18. I had no idea that was last June. No, but good for her. She's already a champion, traveling the world. I love it.
I used to be adamant about, I did not think that kids should be doing professional wrestling training. Didn't need to be around it. The nursery didn't need to be doing it. So I'm glad that she didn't start before she was 18.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, and I think, again, I'm sure there are some schools out there that no, she don't need to go to that one, but seems like, especially with her family being so
I mean, she's got a great support system.
I think Jason and them up in Brandon, is it Brandon?
Yeah, and Brandon, I think she's one to watch for sure.
Definitely. I mean, skyrocket her. I mean, like I said, she's out there I love, oh my God, I love that her family does it too. Like that's what is going to, I mean, to have that support like that, that's 100%. I love it. Brothers working the gimmick table and, that's great.
You know what's coming up next week?
It's not my birthday. You already had your birthday. I don't know. What is it?
Next weekend.
Oh my God, it's WrestleMania.
No, it's Easter, you heathen. No, it's WrestleMania. And continuing with WrestleMania. That's what our trivia is themed.
That's right. You are so honoring.
It's time for Amy's trivia. Can you hang? How big's your brain? It's time to play.
I'll be loving that music, and I'll be loving that gentleman holding up the belt. Anyway, so
it looks like a cleaned up version of Brody King.
And Cash Wheeler. He looks more like Cash Wheeler. I do, very much so. Anywho, so when we played Game Event last week, Efren said that WrestleMania 17 was voted like the best WrestleMania ever.
And rightfully so.
And we both got that answer correct. So I thought, hey, you know what? Let's do that. So
better late than never, T-Weave. Better late than never.
Yes, we appreciate it.
And before we start trivia, let's give a shout out to the TNA Top 10. T-Weave, Andrew Hermes, Allison Faye on 100 episodes.
Yay!
100 episodes. And because of its 100 episodes, I'm going to keep it positive, and I'm not going to go after T-Weave for omitting some key mascots on their top 10 this week.
I am in the middle of listening to it, but I have already had to text them. What's a Tommy John surgery? What is this? Because I don't know anything about baseball, and they're just, they're just saying all these really high these words, and I'm just like, I don't understand. So I'm getting to the mascots, but I really hope that I don't even know. I think it's what's the Philadelphia one? Is he a dinosaur? What is he? A lizard or whatever he is? Anyway, I watched a clip of him one time and he was dancing and he's shaking his belly. And that's who I voted for. I don't know where he ended up. This is why the top 10 gets skewed because people like me come in and they're like,
Yeah,
I remember him dancing. He's got a big belly. I will vote for him.
they do a great job over there. It's such a fun show, and they're
Yes.
such good people.
I learn a lot. Again, I'm not I like sports, but I don't really know a whole lot about I don't know anything about baseball. And they really do help educate.
Oh
I'm not as
God,
I don't really care as much about baseball as I do college football. When they start talking about that, that to me is like that's just like sitting in a class, and I really do enjoy it.
oh, I tried to do a little technical behind the scenes work for Drunken Pop last night,
Uh-huh.
and they saw me in the waiting room and they put me on.
Oh,
And I played box score trivia and realized I knew absolutely nothing
no.
about baseball in 1999, particularly
No.
November of '99.
I only hope uh when Timmy does movies or no, he does music and Dave does song or movie. Okay,
Yeah,
time out.
we did it all.
Dave does movies, Timmy
Timmy
does
does
songs.
songs.
Those are the only 2. When TJ does box score trivia, I just listen because I
The
nothing.
movies were easy. The movies were pretty easy this week. The songs, they weren't. And then I thought that TJ and Timmy were going to get in a fight over the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but it is what
Oh,
it is.
yes, yes. All right. Um,
I know
number
the answer to this because I was there. I'm waiting
uh,
to see if anybody in the chat's going to answer it.
what city did WrestleMania 17 take place? Was it Houston, Dallas, Austin, or San Antonio? And as we also learned last week, it's not Dallas, it's Arlington. So if you go by that, where was WrestleMania 17? If anybody in the chat wants to take a stab at it. I tell you somebody else, Ava Brooks. Like I said, I think she's 18, and like I said, she's definitely going places. But my little friend, do you remember Richard Brown? He's a top guy.
I do.
His daughter Hannah, she is training. She is doing some wrestling training up there in the Canada, and I cannot wait. I've told her
Wow.
I want her to sign something for me because I know she is going to be she's going to be a star. So I want that to be known now. I called it. She's going to be a star.
T-Weave is so wrong.
I know. Tell them where it was.
It was in Houston, Texas at the Astrodome.
It was on April 1st, April Fool's Day. That's okay. It was a trick question because Dave said he went, so you just automatically thought Arlington or Dallas. I get it.
No, it was in Houston at the Astrodome.
All right, let's do the next question. It had 67,925 people were supposedly there.
Yeah, it was packed. It was a heck of a turnout. I loved it. I still think the match with Triple H and The Undertaker at that WrestleMania was better than than their next one.
Where were you sitting?
Lower
Is this
bowl.
your birthday? Was this your birthday one? Or is that the Dallas?
Most WrestleManias were around my birthday. I mean, my birthday is April the 2nd. This was April 1st.
Right, but this couldn't have been. This was no.
I was
your 50th birthday. This is not the
no
one.
50th birthday was WrestleMania Dallas.
Yes, that's what I was.
This was like 25 years ago.
Right, I know. As soon as I started thinking about it, I was like, no, there's no way this one could have been his 50th birthday one. My bad.
All right.
What was the theme song for WrestleMania 17?
Oh, I know this one too. This is going to be so easy for me.
Was it In Together Now by Limp Bizkit, Rollin' by Limp Bizkit, My Way by Limp Bizkit, or Crack Addict by Limp Bizkit? So you have a good chance to say it was a Limp Bizkit song, but what actually was the theme song?
I'm watching I'm going to give them 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. My Way by Limp
Yes,
Bizkit.
very good. It was My Way. Rolling
Just one
by Limp Bizkit
more night
Shows up
and
later.
I'll be history.
Didn't we already talk about your singing earlier? Just saying. That wasn't me. That was Efren. I thought you sang beautifully.
Hey, I don't care. And that's the fun part about singing is when you're self-conscious about it, you don't enjoy it that much. But
That's
but
also
now I could care less.
that's also a privilege of being older, right?
That's right.
Who?
If you're laughing with me or laughing at me, either way, you're engaged.
That's very true. Very true. But yes, that's a great song. Roland's a great song. I mean, Limp Bizkit was WWE at this time. I mean,
Yeah.
it was just wonderful. You're right. That would just, and I think that helps make it one of the best WrestleManias. Like when they do all the recap and stuff, and you've got that song going behind it, like it's just, I don't
Yeah.
know. I just think it's phenomenal. Who won the Hardcore Championship match at WrestleMania 17? Was it Kane, Big Show, Raven, or the Big Boss Man?
I don't even remember this match from WrestleMania 17.
I promise it happened. There's a
I'm gonna
lot of
go-
matches on WrestleMania 17.
I'm going to say Kane, but I'm
Any-
totally guessing.
Anybody else want to take a guess? Well, I will tell you this. Raven came in as a champion. This was a three-way match. And three-way match between Kane, Big Show, and Raven. Raven was the champion. And you are actually correct. Kane was the champion. He pinned Big Show. So Raven actually didn't get pinned and he lost his title. That kind of sucks.
Isn't that crazy that Big Show took the pin?
Mm-hmm. I think it was like a whatever, a big boot off the stage, or I don't know. It was hardcore championship. So it definitely was like a shenanigans kind of thing. I think he did. I think he like fell onto the concrete. There was something big, if I remember correctly. I don't remember. Who won the first non-championship singles match at WrestleMania 17? Was it Mark Henry, Chris Benoit, Kurt Angle, or Viscera? Do you remember who won that first non-championship singles match?
No. I'm going to guess it was Mark Henry, though.
Anybody else want to guess out there? You might as well.
I was there, but I don't remember. I don't remember every match.
Somebody take another guess besides Mark Henry, because that is not the answer. It was actually Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle.
He wrestled Chris Benoit at that match. Yes, I know.
Cool.
Who won the women's championship singles match? Was it Ivory, Lita, Trish Stratus, or Chyna? Who won the WWE Women's Championship belt at WrestleMania 17?
T-Weave said it was Trish Stratus.
He is incorrect. I'll tell you that much.
I think it was Ivory.
Ivory was in the match, but it was not. She did not win.
Was it Chyna?
It was Chyna, and she was in that gorgeous. You know what? I have it up here. I didn't think about that. I forgot. That gorgeous purple, pink, iridescent outfit. Oh man! And this is like she beat Ivory, then covered her, but then picked her up, and then did like
ragdolled her. She ragdolled her. I remember.
This was a fabulous outfit. She looked amazing in that. So yes, it was Chyna.
Hey, I can't help myself. T-Weave. T-Weave is in Publix, if you will.
Man, that's some dedication. He's trying to get some groceries, and he's doing his thing, but he's still helping us out. We appreciate it.
All right, let's keep on going. We're not going to get in under 2 hours, but I think on this new platform we can go 3.
Oh, who
But
won
we're
the
not.
tables? No, who won the TLC match? This was actually TLC 2 match for the WWE Tag Team Championship.
Man, this is one of the greatest tables, ladders, and chairs matches in history.
And you don't remember who won?
I think it's Edge and Christian.
Is it Deadly Boys, Chronic, Hardy Boys, or Edge and Christian? You think Edge and Christian?
I think it was Edge and Christian
I think you're right.
because I didn't want Edge and Christian to win.
And it was like, this was where they had like Lita was involved in it, and Spike Dudley and Rhino. Everybody kind of had a third person.
Isn't it?
And this is where Rhino put Christian on his shoulders and like carried him up the ladder to get the belts.
And then the dive and
Yes.
oh yeah.
Oh, I think that was that. Yes, I think it was. Was that the second one?
Hey,
Yes.
and isn't it funny that I didn't want Edge and Christian to win, and I didn't like Edge and Christian, but now I'm wanting Edge and Christian to get back together. And
25 years later,
yeah,
24 years later, I want them to be a tag
isn't
team.
that crazy?
It is kind of crazy. I
All
get
right.
it though. Who commentated the gimmick battle royal match at WrestleMania 17? Was it Jim Ross and Paul Heyman, Jesse and Gorilla, Bobby and Mean Gene, or Bobby and Gorilla? Gimmick battle royal.
It was Bobby. It was Bobby and Mean Gene.
Are you sure about that?
I'm pretty sure.
Are you for imprint sure? Have you seen that commercial? You are correct, sir.
I just remember Gene coming out, then they played Tutti Frutti.
Exactly. And I believe Gorilla Monsoon had passed by this point.
Yeah.
Jim Ross and Paul Heyman were the normal commentators for this particular WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think that's when Lawler had walked out, wasn't it? Over Cat?
Probably 2001. That's probably about right. Yep. But you are right. It was Bobby the Brain Heenan and Mean Gene.
I loved the gimmick battle royal.
That was the best ever. Yes, I did too. I 100%. It's not a question, but do you remember who won and why?
Yeah, it was Sheiky Baby.
Do you know why?
Because he couldn't get thrown over the top rope.
And do you know why?
Because he could barely walk.
Exactly. Exactly. They just.
But I just remember Bad Street USA playing and Michael Hayes coming to the ring in the battle royal.
Did you come unglued?
Oh God, yes.
Did you you started singing?
Oh
singing it, didn't you?
100%.
Did you take your shirt off and like whirl it around?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Hey, I don't know if you noticed or not, but I'm sporting the Bad Street USA shirt tonight for tonight's show.
I like it. I like it. Now that you can go watch our episode with the director, right?
Dan Bynum. Did not realize it was suppressed.
Go
thank
check
our friends
it out.
at WWE for lifting that copyright claim.
Exactly. So go check it out. We got to talk to the director of the Bad Street USA video. You only can see it here. Next question. Who interfered in the no disqualification match for the WWE Championship? Was it Bischoff, Vince McMahon, Bret Hart, or did Mick Foley get involved?
I'm going to give them 5 seconds to answer before I do. It's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nobody's answered. That would have been Vince McMahon.
Exactly. That's where, yes, broke a pinfall, hit him with a chair, distracted the ref, everything he could, because that's when we get corporate Stone Cold.
Yeah.
No, is it corporate? What did they call him? Corporate Stone Cold? I don't remember. I feel like there was a different word.
I just know that it was the intent was to turn Stone Cold into a heel. All it did for me was turn Vince McMahon into a babyface.
You think?
Yeah, it didn't work for me. I mean, I wasn't turning on Stone Cold.
Right.
I mean, I know it was supposed to be a heel turn, but me and most of the crowd did not. I mean, the crowd was not turning on Stone Cold.
True.
Yeah, it wasn't happening.
Oh, of course, Terry. Sure, you're getting them right. Blame Publix.
If you'd like to go watch the Bad Street episode, I
Please
just put a
do.
QR code on the screen that will
Did
take you
you?
to our YouTube channel. Hopefully, most of y'all are already here watching this. The new channel is called, it's the same channel, just a new name, 2 shows, 1 cup. Or you
I
can also
love that.
go to the RAM Network, patreon.com/RAM Network, or hit that QR code. It'll take you there for $1 a month. You can see our great content, world-class flashback, ringside replay, hard times and beyond, WWE new generation, eras, new generation,
Power of the Pin episode.
Power of the Pin, eventually another audience with the Belt Pope. We're going to be doing more. We're going to be doing more live interactive content.
We always do a pre-show and maybe not a
pre-shows
post-show.
are everywhere though.
Well, true, but post-shows we probably all got to go to bed. So
yeah. There was no way I was doing a post-show the other night. That was not going to happen.
No,
not
if you're falling asleep.
I was just glad I woke up to turn the lights out. I woke up and I said, "What happened?" They go, "The Young Bucks showed up," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." Then I saw a clip of it. So that's the only reason I knew the lights turned out.
Look at me yawning, man. I'm terrible.
Join us next week. We're going to have.
Thank you, Devin.
We're going to have Brandon. Brandon Turner's going to be with us. Brandon Turner was on a previous episode when we had Vladimir Koloff on. Brandon's got a podcast. Who don't? But Brandon's got a podcast. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about wrestling, independent wrestling. We're going to talk. It's going to be one of those fun episodes with friends, just cutting it up for an hour.
Come with your questions if you have any questions.
Yeah.
Where's Brandon and Vladimir? They're out of Alabama? No, Georgia. Oh, they are Alabama.
They're out of Mississippi, but close to Alabama.
Okay. Are they in Georgia too?
Down by the coast.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yes.
And Koloff is from Moscow, Russia.
Yes, I meant where was he wrestling is what I meant.
Oh.
Sorry. The promotion.
But Koloff's not going to be with him, but I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't run in at some point, knowing him.
Of course, he's got to make an appearance.
And
we love Vladdy Daddy.
All right. Thank you for joining us tonight. If you like the new video, the way we presented it in this smaller window, let us know. If you hated it, let us know. We don't want to do anything to run you off. We're glad to have you. Like and subscribe to our channel, please. Subscribe to it. We're really trying to grow this thing. Watch the content. We have so much content on there that if you're just now finding us, go back and watch some of our old stuff. We got David Manning, we got Conrad Thompson, we got Dan Bynum, we got Tim's former world heavyweight champion Tim Storm.
Ron Ederson was on with us.
Yes, AEW belt maker.
Pretty awesome.
So many great guests from the independent scene.
Heck yeah, Ray Fury. I don't want to start naming people because I'll forget. But we've had some fabulous.
But don't just watch the current. Go, watch the old stuff too. I'm pretty proud of it.
Exactly. If you're really into wrestling and you want to see some of the future, really some of the up and comers, go back and watch some of our previous episodes. We love talking to those independent wrestlers out there that are getting their feet wet and what they're doing. You'd be surprised what they're doing now. And so we're really excited. So make sure you go get a chance to go look back.
All right. For Amy Vaughn, I'm Pondwater Dave, and we will see you next week on Talking Wrestling with Pondwater and Amy.
Bye-bye.